the green flag in the air. We're underway. And you see George Franzman Jr. already looking to the inside of Steve Sabowski for the top spot. This is his father down the inside of Dennis Losing. They go 3 wide off of turn number 4. Sabowski, race leader, then are still side by side for second. Lloyd right now has a slight advantage over George Franzman Jr. as Jr. now going to drop the nose down to the inside of Steve Sabowski once again. Drag race off of turn number 2. Sabowski up top, George Franzman Jr. down to the inside. They're 3 wide behind them, though. Cody Sinner going to peek his nose to the inside of Eric Lloyd and Dennis Lowe's in the 15 as George Franzman leads the left front at home off of turn number 4, pulls right down the inside of Cody Sinner. Cody Sinner, your points leader. George Franzman, second in points, trying to get his 10th win of the season here tonight as him, Sinner, and Lloyd still 3 wide for the 4th position. They're side by side behind George Franzman Jr. for second. Well, Dennis Losing was side by side for a brief moment with Steve Sabowski. Sabowski going to hang on to that second spot as they race off of turn number 4. Now it's going to be Cody Sinner down to the outside. He's going to race his way around the 41 machine of George Franzman. And he's going to race around the 40-15 of Dennis Losing as well for turn number 4. Now put the pressure on the 71 machine of Steve Sabowski as your race leader, George Franzman Jr. has some issues. So does George Franzman. Both the 41s have issue. Franzman comes back on the racetrack after dipping off the berm into the infield. He's going to fall all the way back from that 5th position just inside the top 10 as George Franzman Jr. lost 3 spots. Steve Sabowski re-inherits the lead, but here comes Dennis Losing and Cody Sinner. It will be Cody Sinner, the dollar machine, to the inside of Sabowski. Sinner takes the spot away. A little contact might have been made as they enter turn number 4 from Sabowski to the back bumper of that dollar machine to Cody Sinner. As George Franzman Jr. has reeled in the top 3 once again. As George Franzman Sr., he right now looking at a 4-wide battle in front of him. Had to get on the binders to avoid making contact with the 28Z of Tyler Vance. Great racing throughout the field here tonight at Arizona Speedway. Vance washes up the racetrack on that 28Z. Almost smacked the wall off of turn number 4. George Franzman looks to the inside of Josh Workmeister. That car got a little tight, made contact down with the 28Z of Vance. Both those drivers drive away right now at the tail end of the field. Up front, it is Cody Sinner still showing the way. Then it's going to be Sabowski, Losing, and Franzman Jr. running second, third, and fourth as Franzman Jr. looks down the inside of Dennis Losing and the number 15 machine. He's going to try to take over that 3rd spot down the back straightaway off of 2. Into turn number 3, Franzman down the inside of Losing. He will do just that, take over that 3rd spot. Car gets a little sideways off of turn at number 4, though. He was able to get back in the throttle and now try to reel in the 71 machine of Sabowski. Speaking of Franzman, George Franzman, the elder Franzman, raced his way back up through the field. Right now being scored in the 6th spot. Has 5th place Eric Lloyd right ahead of him. See if he can't challenge Dennis Losing, Sabowski, and his son, George Franzman Jr. As we are at the halfway point tonight's 20-lap main event. 10 down, 10 to go. And right now, Junior working over the 71 of Steve Sabowski. Sabowski still has the 2nd spot up on the top side of the racetrack. He's going to try to drive away from the 41 JR. Can't quite do it, though. They're still side by side off of 4 entering turn number 1. As they enter turn number 1, Sabowski still hanging up strong on the top side with Franzman Jr. down to the inside, Losing right behind those drivers, about 2 car lengths back. Cody Sinner, the man out front, he has driven away from this battle for second. The 3-car battle comes off of turn number 4. Sabowski still has it over Franzman Jr. and the 15 of Losing as George Franzman Sr. trying to sneak his way down to the inside and around the 07 of Eric Lloyd into that 5th position. Cody Sinner out front, showing the way. It's 3 wide once again. This time will be Georgie taking over that 2nd spot from Steve Sabowski and the 15 of Dennis Losing. Losing down the inside now with Sabowski. They're going to battle out for that 3rd spot. Losing's car got a little tight. Went up the racetrack, almost made contact with the 71 machine of Sabowski. As Nate Warren, first time seeing him out with the IMCA stock car this year, looking pretty racy right now, right behind George Franzman as they battle off of turn number 2. Cody Center showing the way. As one car goes around, that is George Franzman. He's going to bring out the yellow flag off of turn number 4. So it's Cody Center out front. George Franzman Jr. in second. Third, Steve Sabowski. Fourth, Dennis Losing. Eric Lloyd, your top 5. It's Tyler Vance, Josh Workmeister, George Franzman, Nate Warren, your field. 6 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. And a little contact made once again as Nate Warren tried to stick it in a hole that wasn't there. Made contact between George Franzman and the 28Z of Tyler Vance as Cody Center continues to lead. But George Franzman Jr. all over the back bumper. Eric Lloyd hard into the wall. Down the front straightaway. He's going to drive that car into the pits, or will he get stuck? Looks like he will make it off of the racetrack and into the pits. That car very slow. Looks like it's came to a stop. Yellow flag will fly. A single foul restart. 5 laps to go. Green flags in the air. And it will be George Franzman Jr. going to try to dive down the inside of Cody Center for the top spot off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Franzman Jr. going to take the slide advance. Going to try to slide up the racetrack. Couldn't quite do it. Almost came to a stop. Gets back in the throttle. Center hangs on to it. Cody Center hangs on to the race lead over George Franzman Jr. Dennis Losing in that 3rd spot now as him and Steve Sabowski go side by side. Josh Workmeister spins it off of turn number 4. Gets back in the throttle, though. We stay green. Center and George Franzman Jr. right now running 1 and 2 side by side behind them. George Sr. going to look to the inside of Losing and Sabowski, trying to take over that 3rd spot. He just took over 4th. Now he's battling for 3rd with Sabowski. Sabowski up top, Franzman Sr. up to in the inside. Here comes now Dennis Losing making a 3-wide battle off at 4. They will be those 2 cars of Franzman and Sabowski, though, going side by side down the back straightaway. And speaking of going side by side, the battle is heating up for the top spot. Down the back straightaway, again, George Franzman Jr. going to try to diamond off the corner through 3 and 4. White flag in the air this time. And we will have a battle for the race lead going into turn number 1. George Franzman Jr. couldn't quite get up to the inside of Cody Center, about a car length behind now as they head into turn number 3. Let's see if he Bruce St. James is it or keeps it going. Off of turn number 4, it will be Cody Center winning tonight's main event over George Franzman Jr. and a senior.
Cody Center, ladies and gentlemen.
And Cody Center picks up his 4th main event win here on the season. Man, thing's been smoking all night long, man, and still running fast, though.
Yeah, she's got an oil leak somewhere. It caught on fire 3 or 4 times during that race, so I had a little bit of a fireworks show. Hopefully none of you guys saw it because I got a little scared.
Hey, man, speaking of scared, those late race restarts always scary when you're the race leader trying to make sure you can navigate the restart and get the jump on these drivers. You know, I felt like he got a break there when that caution came out because George Franzman Jr. was right there on the back bumper of you for that last restart. We were able to drive away from him. He gave it all he had, though, but you were able to pull off the win.
Yeah, I had no idea he was there before the restart. That kid can drive. I mean, give it up for him. He gave me a hell of a run, so he's going to be one to watch these next coming year. So thank you, fans, for coming out. I wish my dad was here. He's taking care of one of our dogs. She ain't doing too well, so hopefully you got to watch it. And I thank Don Hagen Trucking, On Level Design, 01 Shocks, Phoenix Chassis Company, Klein Engines, Hypercoil, S&M Carburetors, She Wraps, Arizona Differential. If you guys need some after race entertainment, go see the Desert Flame. And again, thank you for your race fans, my buddy and Garrett, my girlfriend Taryn, for coming out. So thank you again.
All right, Cody Center wins your main event here tonight at Arizona Speedway.